I'm back. This is Kimberly Purpose, and welcome to my channel. On this particular blog, I wanted to do another story time. This one is going to be sort of serious. I guess I wanted to share some more of my life experiences with you guys, and hopefully, it will help others who are going through what I've been through. I the other week I talked about my near-death experience, but this week I want to talk about my homeless experience as a single mom. That's something I really haven't shared with too many people, but I guess I'll share it this time. But what happened is we were homeless back in 2009 and 2010. It was right after I had my son Justin. When I was I guess when I had Justin, I was sick. Both of us were sick, and I ended up quitting my job because of the illness that I had. Because I was sick and the uterine rupture and recovering, and also with Justin, he was, he was still under a constant care, in and out of the hospital, suffering from pneumonias. Had to have multiple surgeries. He had, so far, since the day he was born all the way to now at age 8, he had a total 5 surgeries done. So he's been through a lot. And at the time, I was married, and at the time, it was a tension. One of us had to stay at home with Justin, and one of us had to work. I thought, personally, I wanted to. Now when I think back on it, it would probably been best if I would have stayed working, and my ex-husband kept on. It would have been best if he would have been the one to stay at home, because I made like 2 or 3 times more than what he was making. I was working for the government. Mine was more stable, and he worked at the hospital too, but I was making way more. I was making more money than him, and but anyway, put the past behind. He he wanted to be the man and wanted to work, so he worked and I stayed at home because I was still sick and trying to recover, and Justin was still going in and out of the hospital. Well, to make long story short, when I quit my job, about a year and a half later, my ex-husband quit his job, or lost his job. I'm not sure. He never explained to me what happened. And then he wanted to pursue his career in the film industry. He wanted to be a actor or a movie producer. So that put a huge damper on our finances. I don't know why he wanted to go pursue his dreams when things were not this. His son was sick, and that wasn't the time to do it. But hitting on there. But when I tried to apply for Social Security for Justin, we were denied. They kept on saying that we had made too much money, and went back and forth. And what happened was, with the mounting bills piling up for medical expenses and everything, and losing his job, and I tried to go back to work into the government, but they had a hiring freeze by the time I went back, so I couldn't get a job back with them. So it was just a big mess, and I was able to get a little part-time job for a while working, but eventually it was not enough, and we lost our house, and eventually became homeless. And constantly being denied by Social Security really put a damper on things. So, and sorry about that. The camera cut off on me. But anyway, what I was saying was that I became homeless, and I lost everything, and Social Security would deny us because they kept on saying we made too much money. But that was a tough year. I never experienced homeless before, but once you do experience it, can be quite devastating. We were standing in a car at one time, when the van that I had, and bouncing from home to home. It was not a good feeling. I remember one time going to the library to, cause my son had to do his homework, and I didn't have that many clothes, and the librarian looked at me like I was a nobody, just looked at me and my son in total disgust, and that was a very hurting feeling, um, very hurting, and people, it was just a big mess. It's family. We stayed with them for a while, but certain family members on his side family wasn't too nice, and Stu was out when Justin had pneumonia, right in the middle of wintertime. My ex's sister. I'm not giving no name. She know who she is. You know, total B. You know, but that's a long story. Not gonna go into that. But not gonna go into that. But anyway, I certain people were not too nice to us, during that time, and it made you when you go through that kind of situation as a homeless person. I never, it's my first time experience. You get a chance to see people's real colors and who really has your back and who doesn't. And it was so bad that I almost lost my children over all of this. But every it's still touchy. Still touchy. The system here is not set up for people who are middle class. It's like when you hit hard times, there's no safety net for someone who's in the middle. It's either you're poor or you're rich, and there's resources available. But if you're middle class, it's just not there. And I learned that the hard way. But eventually, when I finally divorced my ex-husband and everything, and things start to fall into place. He left, of course, eventually, and left us in financial ruins in the process. But all is forgiven. I moved forward and I let it mess go. Including his family members, certain ones who weren't too nice when we were going through the situation, but who weren't as supportive as they should have been. Um, but long story short, uh, and those who did help us, I do appreciate, like his mother. She did let us stay with her for a little while, and her ex-husband. But I'm not gonna even go there. But other than that, I had to at least let people know that there were some people that were good, but some people who weren't good, and just people who don't. It's like this: if you don't know what a person's circumstances is and what they're going through, so it's not. Just because they're homeless, you just anybody can be in that situation, that boat. If you lose your job or if you lose your health, that's why my dad always says your health is your first wealth. And I see it firsthand. It can just take anything. Your child gets sick, you get sick, you have an accident, you fall, you injure yourself. It can happen to anyone. So it's good not to judge people. And I felt like I was heavily judged. And it really hurt. It really hurt. And but all said and done, I got a social worker to help me. Some stuff, a lot of stuff I had to research myself because Georgia don't really have that many resources down here. Like other states, I heard of other states up north that have social workers and case managers there that sort of helps you with getting housing. I had to find stuff on my own. Majority of the stuff I say about maybe 95% of the stuff I found, I had to find out on my own and gather it up and put it together so I can get the resources I need for me and my family. But I am so thankful. Things have finally looked up. Once I got myself situated, I went back to school and got me a apartment to stay in. And I researched and found some affordable housing to stay in. And I went back to school back in 2012. I decided that I was going to go ahead and study and become a doctor. And I found out I could go back to school. That was a blessing, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm working at a healthcare agency, and now I'm a therapist, and I'm starting to see clients and everything. So I am totally blessed, totally blessed, and getting a chance to start my own business, my health and wellness business. Uh, I'll keep you guys posted on it. uh, and once I get it official, I'll let you all know about that. And it's just God opened up more doors for me, and I'm just so blessed. And I'm also looking into going into human factoring, which is part of psychology, engineering psychology as well, to come up with better ideas and concepts on how to get better technology for the disabled. I would have never went down this path in my life had I not gone through what I've been through. And so I wanted to tell you guys, those who are going through a homeless situation, just hang in there. Things might not go according to plan, but it may seem like everything is just in a total chaos. But believe that there is a higher being. There's that God is there for you, that a higher power, you know, and that there's a way. God is going to find a way, and you will find a way eventually. It may not seem like it, but you just need to hang in there and keep the faith. And I am going to end this blog because I got a little long-winded, but I wanted to tell you all about my homeless situation and what we've been through back in 2008 and 2009. I know it was 2009 and 2010, and how I came through it, and how it has been a great learning experience, and how it put me back on path to find my purpose. But I look forward to hearing from you guys. And till next time, peace. Bye bye. And keep the faith. I love you guys. Bye bye.